On November 22, 2024, officers were dispatched to a residence in response to a reported domestic dispute.
Jesus Christ, take her to jail right now.
All right.
She's beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
She is drunk as like, thank you.
Oh, it's gonna get in the house. Garage.
Here, I got you.
174. Mail's out of the house. She just locked the front door. Are you injured?
No.
Okay.
Fucking Ironman triathlete. I'm good.
I get it, but, you know.
Don't worry about me. Just trying to figure my
Hey, stop.
No, you stop.
Do not close that door.
You...
Your hands behind your back. You're being detained with handcuffs right now.
I am not being detained with handcuffs.
You back up.
I
I'm not being detained with handcuffs.
Okay.
Why am I being detained with handcuffs?
Stop.
You are asleep.
If you continue obstructing, you're going to be also arrested for...
Stop it! Stop. Mommy!
Stop.
Oh no, Mommy! What the f***?
Okay.
Why?
Stop.
Stop. Holy shit.
Hands behind your back.
Holy shit. What?
You're under arrest. Stop resisting.
For what? What the f***?
Relax.
I am not relaxing.
Stop resisting. You are under arrest.
For what?
I gotta look wherever like.
Holy. For what? For?
I've already advised you. You are under arrest. Stop
For
resisting.
what?
Get that over.
You threw this away. You're good. Good.
You guys are...
What has happened since we left?
Stop hurting me. Please stop hurting me.
Can you stand up?
Please stop hurting me.
Can you stand up? I will adjust those, okay?
Please stop hurting me.
Can you stand up? I'm trying to help you
Please
stand
stop
up.
hurting me.
We're not even touching you
Please,
right now.
I'm just holding you upright.
Those are the handcuffs. Those are the handcuffs on your back right now. That's what...
Please stop hurting me.
Do you see us doing anything?
You are not listening.
What's your first name?
Please. What is my first name?
Yeah. I've never met you before. What's your first name?
My name is Jamie Culp.
Okay, Jamie.
Jamie. My name is Jamie Ann Boyle.
Now we hit the heart of the case, competing narratives. Jamie says her husband is lying. She says she's the one who's been abused. And emotionally, she's raw, defensive, and clearly overwhelmed. But legally, officers aren't deciding who's morally right. They're looking for evidence. Statements, physical marks, torn clothing, behavior, and who called 911 all factor in. And here's the harsh reality. Even if someone feels wronged, that doesn't automatically translate into legal innocence. So pause here and think. Should police prioritize emotional testimony in moments like this, or stick strictly to physical evidence and procedure?
So, Jamie, do you know why we're here?
I know that my f***ing husband is a f***ing liar.
Okay, so why is he telling us that you're hitting him, that you're being violent with him, that you're yelling at him?
You better take these handcuffs off me.
We're not going to do that right this second, all right? Because it took us a while to get you in those handcuffs, so we don't want to go through that fight again.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something right now.
Sit on the truck.
Oh, sure. I'll sit on the chair.
Okay. Because we don't want you falling over either. I don't know if you're too steady on your feet.
Do you want to sit on the chair?
Yeah,
I'm listening to you. Can you tell me what's going on?
This is f***ing bullshit.
Why?
Because I am abused.
How so? I won't know unless you tell me.
You know what, honey? I have just, I've seen your face, and you are just going to minimize my experience, and that's fine. And I'm going to tell you what.
Somebody go talk to him and make sure.
I'm going to tell you what.
Yeah, we're listening to.
This is insane. And In 2021, I was arrested for hurting him because
This is a critical and honestly dangerous moment for Jamie. When she voluntarily brings up a prior arrest for hurting her husband, she may think she's providing context, but legally, she's weakening her own position. Officers are trained to take prior domestic incidents seriously, especially repeat allegations involving the same parties. Even if she believes her past actions were justified, the law doesn't weigh intent the same way emotion does. This is a reminder to everyone watching, what you say on scene matters a lot. Do you think people truly understand how fast their own words can turn into evidence?
he deserved it, and I do not. Please take these off of my
We're not going to do that right
Jamie, let me. Let's restart.
He is.
Look.
My kids.
Okay. Do
listen,
you want to talk in the garage or something else?
I would really like some water.
Okay.
And
Sit here. I'll get you water. Okay.
I would like a lot of water, and I am in a seriously abusive relationship, and I just barely
Look, Jamie.
made it out of.
Here's the thing.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You know what?
Jamie, I'll be honest.
You don't know anything about my fucking life.
We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to listen to
You
you
don't.
figure it out.
No, so
Would you like this water?
I would love this water, and I
handcuffs are
would
staying
love. Why?
Because you know how long it took us to
You
get you in those handcuffs?
already obstructed that.
You are insane.
We're past that.
This
We're
is
trying to
insane.
give you some water. Do
This
you want
is
the water?
insane. This is
No, it's
totally
not insane.
insane. My dad is a f***ing cop in Chicago. Please
How
call
about we
him.
focus on today and tell me what
No,
happened?
I'm sorry that, I'm sorry that I had a baby during COVID, and this motherfucker, has influenced you in some way or another. I cannot believe that I have handcuffs on me again.
They're staying on there.
I cannot believe that it is inappropriate.
Listen, Jamie, we've been talking.
Please just listen to me.
We're not getting anywhere
Please
with the way.
just listen to me. Please
Okay.
just stop talking.
Focus on today then, okay?
Stop fucking talking.
Go for it.
How about that?
She needs to be in a mental hospital. She needs to be
Well, the
in a
problem-
rehabilitation
The
institute.
problem is Illinois got rid of them all. So it's either jail or going all the way down to Chester.
So, what happened today?
What happened today?
Mm-hmm.
What happened in the last 5 years, and I cannot believe that I have handcuffs on my wrists. What happened in the last 5 years? He is a f***ing piece of shit. I'm a f***ing special ed director.
Okay, that's great.
Stop. Can I please talk?
Sure. I'm listening.
I didn't try and hurt him. I didn't try and hurt my kids. So when you walked and raided in, so was the report that I tried to hurt him or my kids?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Okay. So how did his shirt get ripped?
This ripped shirt is more important than it looks. In domestic battery cases, police don't need to witness the assault. They need probable cause. A damaged shirt, a 911 call reporting violence, and a visibly emotional suspect can be enough. And once probable cause is established, officers often have no discretion. They're required to make an arrest. That's why, despite Jamie insisting she only yelled, things keep moving in one direction. Here's the uncomfortable question. Should physical evidence outweigh verbal claims of abuse when both parties accuse each other?
I don't know.
We were here not even 10 minutes ago. His shirt wasn't ripped, but now it's ripped.
Why would he be calling 911 saying that you're hitting him?
And my 300-pound husband is calling you.
300.
Oh, I'm sorry. 170 maybe?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Where are you going?
I'm just going to speak with your husband real quick.
About what?
Why?
About what?
Why he called 911?
Yeah?
So, Jamie, the only reason we're here is because he called, said you were being violent with him, yelling with him, and fighting with him.
Of course it is,
So now
because we are going to be divorced.
Okay.
And he is trying to f***ing...
So the reason he called was
I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry. Like, Dave, have you seen the size of this person?
Your husband?
Versus the size of me?
I've seen your husband 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I am...
Size doesn't make that big of a difference when it comes to
You know
that.
what? You're full of shit. My attacks on him have also always and ever and never been in response to his attacks. So I cannot believe that I'm in handcuffs right now.
So
You are crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, this is actually insane. I have parents and brothers. You you have handcuffed me because I have screamed at my husband. This is insane.
Try now.
This is insane. He hurt me. He hurt me. He hurt me several times, multiple times. I know how this works. You don't have any power over this. You cannot book me. I didn't do anything wrong. I was a mean mom that yelled at my husband. Uncuff me. Not.
Why don't you have a seat again, all right?
And how about you just uncuff me right now?
That's not going to happen. So
It's
we're here.
not?
If you let me explain, you'll know why. So right now we're
You
here
know
for...
what?
Okay, keep talking over me.
I would like not for you to let go of me right now.
Why are you in handcuffs right now?
Okay, Jamie,
You better
So-
have your shit on.
It is.
You
Jamie.
You better have all.
Jamie, you're under arrest for domestic battery. We're gonna go.
This is the point of no return. Jamie is officially placed under arrest for domestic battery, and from a legal standpoint, the officers believe they've crossed the threshold required by law. Notice how quickly control replaces conversation. Once an arrest is made, the goal shifts from understanding to compliance. Everything Jamie says now, every protest, every refusal, can add charges like resisting. This moment hits hard because it shows how fast a situation can move from argument to criminal case. Would you have reacted differently in her position, or would emotion take over?
We're going to go for a walk.
I'm under arrest for domestic battery.
Do not.
No. No way.
Actually, if you want to hold on, I'll put my other glove in front of
You gotta be out of your mind.
All right, come on. Let's go.
No. No! You are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. No. No.
You're at it.
No. No. No.
you don't have a choice.
No. No. This is not. This is a lie. For what? For, you are.
Don't make this hard.
No, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I am
Come
not.
around to the corner here. Go and
For
slide in.
what?
Go ahead and
Domestic
slide in.
Domestic battery.
Go and have a seat, ma'am. Lift your other leg up.
Listen to me. But please,
We're listening.
please,
What's going on?
please, please stop.
All right, lean back.
No, please, please,
Okay,
please.
Jamie, we can talk more in St. Charles. Okay. When we're north.
No,
Keep your foot in.
Keep your foot in. We don't want that in the door.
please.
Jamie, you need to stop resisting.
Keep your foot in, or you're going to get charged with resisting. You want to get charged with resisting? Keep your foot in.
The woman was charged with domestic battery.
This case is a textbook example of how domestic disturbance calls unfold in real time, messy, emotional, and full of legal gray areas. Officers responded to a 911 call, observed what they believed to be signs of domestic battery, established probable cause, and made an arrest consistent with Illinois law. Whether Jamie was reacting to long-term abuse or whether the evidence justified the charge is something only the courts can ultimately decide. But the broader takeaway is clear. Words, behavior, and prior history matter more than people realize when police are called. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.